All right, hey, we're going to be going through a lesson here today, our lesson for Tuesday, and we're going through systems or how to graph systems of equations. So we're going to start with some warm up of some problems from previous lessons. So, hopefully you've opened it up. I should have said this right off the bat. Open up the notes worksheet that I put on our Google Classroom and try to make it so that this video is part of the screen and your notes is the other part of the screen here. And go ahead and pause the video and take care of that, and then we'll get started. All right, here's the first one that we are graphing. This would be y is greater than 7x plus 4. So I'd like you to go ahead and pause the video and graph this problem. All right, for this one, it's just a single inequality. Uh, the y-intercept's 4. So up 4, I place my point. The slope is 7, or 7 over 1. Now, traditionally, I'd like to go up 7 and right 1, but it doesn't fit. I can't go up 7 here. So I'm going to have to reverse that and go down 7 and left 1. So from here, down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and left 1. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look here at my inequality from my inequality and slope intercept form, and that is a greater than. So that tells me that I need a dotted line. So I'll do the best I can here by hand. It's my dotted line. And then this is y is greater than, so I'm going to shade up. Now, sometimes people ask, well, Mr. Lone, what side's the upside? Well, I'm going to start on my line, and I'm going to draw an arrow up, and the side that it's on is where I shade. So these are where all of my solutions are. Now remember, since this is the dotted line, the points that are actually on this dotted line do not count as solutions. Okay, look at our second one. Okay, this is from problem from yesterday, so go ahead and pause the video and complete this problem on your note page. Okay, now we're going to graph this one at a time. So the first one, I'm going to graph that one in the color red. I'm going to make them in different colors. So y-intercept's 3. My slope, my slope is 2, right? Or 2 over 1. So that means I go up 2, right 1. Now I also need to go the other way because I have to make extra points. Down 2, left 1. And what these extra points do is they give me a much more accurate graph. Yeah, that other one I did, the first one, is a lot harder to be accurate because I only had 2 points on there. Now this one, that would be a dotted line because it's a greater than sign. So I'm going to make my dotted line. And then since it's a greater than sign, I would be shading the up side. So I would be shading that side. Then I go on to my next one. And I'm going to do that one in blue. So y-intercept here is -2. And my slope is 1/3. So that'd be up 1, right 3. But also go down 1, left 3. Now this particular one is a solid line. So I want to make sure I'm making myself a nice solid line. And I'm able to do that on Cami pretty simply. And then I check this one. Okay, this one also is shaded up. Okay, so when I'm looking at what I had in red, the upside would be this side. So this is where my final shading should be located. Okay, it's that intersection of the two. Okay. Now, if you need to go back and watch yesterday's video to get more information on those types of problems, or for these types of problems, Friday's video, you're going to need to do that. Okay. What we're going to move on to is our new lesson. And this is the part that we will get more out of. This is systems of equations. So off to the side on your note sheet, I want you to write your steps here. Okay. Now it is very similar to this problem that we did here, number 2. The only difference is we're looking at equations, so we don't have to worry about the shading and the dot and solid stuff. All we have to do is graph them. So I'm going to graph that first one. When you see it, you'll graph it. And again, you'll make the extra points. Now, the extra points are literally mandatory on this because I want to mark my graph with all the different spots where I could have a solution. Then I'm going to graph my second equation. And again, I'm going to make extra points. And I'm going to do that until I find where my two lines cross. Okay. Now, these two lines, you can see here, get my video up. These two lines are going to cross somewhere on our graph. Okay. And that point that they're crossing, that's the answer. Now, we will name that answer as a data point, x comma y. Okay. Also, you are going to sometimes see that you end up with parallel lines. So you put the two lines on the graph, and let me find my video, and you get them parallel. Okay. Parallel, like railroad tracks. Okay. Parallel. If that happens and you get parallel lines, then that one would be no solution because they are never going to intersect. They're parallel. Okay, you do have one other random one that we're not going to see a ton of, but you could have infinitely many solutions. And that's when you actually graph the same line 2 times. Okay, so let's get my mug off of here and let's look at our 4 examples. So here's our first example. Again, you're going to take them one at a time. So I'm making sure that these are already in slope intercept form for you. So I'm taking this one and I'm going to graph it. I'm going to put that one in red. Okay. Y-intercept is 3. The slope is negative 1/3. So that'd be down 1, right 3. Down 1, right 3. And I do need to make extra points. I need to make sure I also go up 1 and left 3. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect that. Now I don't have to worry about dotted lines because this is an equation. So there is my line. Go on to the next one. Solid. I'm going to make this one blue. Y-intercept's negative 2. The slope is also negative 2. Negative 2 over 1. So that'd be down to right 1. Down to right 1. And I need to go in reverse. I'm looking to see where this blue line that I'm making crosses this red line. And it should hit in one of these 3 points perfectly if I do it right. So up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, and I like to circle it. So there's my answer. Don't forget to connect your 2 points or connect your points for that second line. And then I need to name what this data point is. Remember, it is x comma y. So x first, y second. So negative 3. And then y, it's positive 4. And that would be my final answer. Yeah, you will have to name that data point on your homework. Okay, there's actually a spot for it on Alex. Okay, so next one, number 2. So let's check this one out right here. Okay, now again, these are both in slope intercept form. If they were not, you would have to solve them. And let's go ahead and graph these. So the first one I'm going to put in red. We got negative 4. The slope is 1/2. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. And make extra points. And I also need to go down 1, left 2. Okay, so I got those points on there. Make sure that we don't forget to connect our line. And one of those data points should be where my solution is. And I go to my blue one. Y-intercept's 2. The slope is negative 1. So negative 1 over 1, that'd be down 1, right 1. And I'm going to continue doing that until I hit one of these points. Down 1, right 1. Down 1, right 1. down one, and wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to go ahead and connect now because I know where they hit. Okay, so I have my line graph, and then do not forget to name your data point. Okay, so this data point on the X, it's at 4. And on the Y, it's at -2. So it'd be 4, -2. Okay, a very common error is to have those written backwards. Okay, remember a data point, it's x-axis or x-coordinate and then y-coordinate. Okay, 2 more here. So let's look at this one. So we have y equals 1/2 x minus 1 and y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Okay, so let's start off. Let's graph this one. So y-intercept's -1. Slope is 1/2. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Reverse, down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. And I'm going to connect these. Oops, I'm a little bit off. Let me undo that. I don't like the way that looks. There we go. There we go. That looks better. Now go to the next one. Okay, I'm going to make that one in blue. So y-intercept's -3. And I have a slope of 1/2 again. Okay. I'll mark this down so you can see something. Slope of 1/2. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. And you can see they never actually intersect. Okay. Now, if they're not intersecting on our graph, you better go right back here. And notice that both of these equations have the exact same slope, but they start in different spots. Okay, so these are parallel lines. So I still need to connect my blue points. And then since they are parallel lines and they never intersect, we would write no solution. Okay. All right, last one. I wanted to make sure I did one that was similar to this just because it has a special graph. Okay, so again, we start off, let's graph this top one. I'm going to put that one red. Y-intercept's 3, slope is 1/2. Up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. Reverse it, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. Okay, and I'm going to connect my red line. I go to the next one, and this one's going to be in blue, but notice it's one of those special ones. It only has an X in it. So what I need to remember is that these were the types that were vertical lines. Okay, and it's telling me where it crosses the X. So this crosses the X at -2, and then I would draw my vertical line. Well, my vertical blue line, notice, goes right through that data point. Okay, so this is my solution. And then I just have to name it. On the X, it's at -2. And really, guys, they told you that the X was -2. And on the Y, it's +2. And I have my solution. Okay. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to be going to Alex and you're going to be doing your work. Refresh this so you can see. Make sure that you check out the video, the Alex Help video that I created. If you're unsure how to do the problems on Alex itself, okay? Because I went through that on a separate video. So make sure you're getting that stuff done. Many of you have things to catch up on, okay? So make sure once you are done with today's assignment, you are working on things from other days. All right. We will see you and have a wonderful, wonderful day.